Okay, welcome to the channel. We are live with Battle of Chalons. Just going to jump over to the game now. We've literally got 2 minutes to wait until we're in there. Just going to make sure the sound is working, so just bear with me 1 second while I do that. In reference to getting me into the stream, I can see there's already 4 people ready to watch, so thank you for joining. 1 minute, so I've just got to literally wait, jump back out, jump back in, and then we should be good. I'll be honest, I don't know who I'm streaming. It was a recommendation from Jep in my alliance, so that's what I've gone with. I sent that information across to Evony, and I believe that everything is going to be sorted from their end, and it's 2 o'clock, so let's go straight out of the game and then come straight back into it. So you will see a black screen just while I do that very quickly. Welcome to the chat. I can see 8 people now in the stream, so welcome. Like I say, I'm just jumping into there now, so hopefully everything is all good. Just going to jump straight in to the battlefield, and I'm not in there. Not a good start. Just bear with me 1 second while I have a look at this. Okay, so for whatever reason, this hasn't actually worked. So I'm just going to put it on pause a second while I go and have a word with Evony to see what is going on. So I'll be back in literally a few minutes. So if you are just joining, I can see there's 8 people there. Unfortunately, at this precise moment, I can't access the live stream because for whatever reason, the request to be a spectator for the alliance I chose has not gone through. So at the moment, I'm unable to access the particular live stream. So I am literally working in the background, speaking to Evony. They haven't got back in touch with me yet, so please just bear with me while I try and get that sorted ASAP. Again, I will put myself on mute while I go and try and get this sorted. Thanks for your patience. So if you are just joining, just to let you know, for whatever reason, I'm unable to access the live stream for the alliance that I chose. I have had a message back from Evony. They are looking into it as we speak. They believe that I should be able to access, but I can't. When going into the world map, it's taking me to my server and not the alliance that I'm supposed to be watching. So I do apologize for this, and again, I am literally on it as we speak to try and get that live stream up and running. So please do bear with me while I try to do this. Okay, welcome back to the live stream. We had a little issue with Evony and the stream, but I'm now able to access this. So we've got a bit of catching up to do, which hopefully I can do very, very quickly. Let's just go straight over to the game. So let's have a look at the scores first and foremost. So we can see JDW on 84,000, which is the ones that I will be following. POB are in first place with 91,000. USA are in third place, with 81,000, and SLD are last with 36,000. So this is going to be a really interesting battle. We can see that two of POB are up at the top, but the first thing I'm going to do is jump over to JDW and have a look at some of these defenses that we can already see with these reports. Just going to message Evony back quickly because they're asking if I can get in. And then let's have a look at some of these reports. So this is a defense that we've got right now. Let's have a look. This was from Barry King, 3.9 billion, and Young Dad, 21.5 billion. It was pretty decent rally in terms of size. I mean, look at the troop amount of the reinforcements. But you can see that actually with the reinforcements as well, that was really good from Barry King. And let's jump into the troop buffs, which you can see here are very, very decent indeed. The attack there is 4972. So that is also very good. But the debuffs are exceptional from Barry King, which I believe actually could be one of those that has his own YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. 16 people in the chat, thank you. Do hit the like. I know I started obviously late with the issues going on with Evony, but if you could just throw that like in there very quickly, it helps with this particular stream and the channel as well. Let's have a look at what else is going on. Let's jump straight back into the scores again, because we can see here that this is going to be quite a battle. USA were in yesterday's semi-finals that I was streaming, and they are also doing very well. They are now in first place. Second place is Pretty Odd Beasts from server 1726 on 102,000, and JDW, the ones that I am the spectator of, are in third with 87,000, and SLD Shield, server 1706, with 53,000. So this is pretty. It's going to be a pretty tough battle, I think we can safely say. So let's have a look at some of these rallies that are going on. I'm going to try and jump into some of these and see exactly what is going on. And in the meantime, I can have a look at what else is going on. So this is 38.5 billion facing a 88.4 billion, which is incredible. And you can see the damage done there. I'm really interested to see the troop buff. Still doesn't beat yesterday's 7343 that I've seen with USA, and that is probably why they are in first place, because they have some incredible attack from their side. I'm just going to jump into this one. This one is also not going on, but at least I can see some reports that I can share with you as well. So that is pretty cool. So that was a defense from Kenio, who is a level 45. And was this a different one? This looks like a different one, but this, oh no, this was the Barry King one, which we already had a look at, which was very, very impressive. The thing that I'm really impressed with this is, without doubt, those insane debuffs. 2486, that's incredible. I've got some way to go to being able to do anything of the sort myself. Let's go back, see if we've got anything going on. We've got an alliance war going on against Pendragon. That one has already stopped. And the reason that will have stopped is because he probably jumped straight away. So we are looking at JDW in the chat just to wait and see what is going on. Let's have a look actually at the battlefield map and jump to where they are, which I can do very, very quickly indeed. And we can see that is okay. So it's taking a while for that to show up. So there is a little pause there with the stream and it coming up. I'm just going to keep going back into here. What's this one here? that one has already expired. So these are going very, very quickly indeed. We can also see there are some burnt castles from JDW already, including a few of the forces. Cake Boobs, interesting name, 27.7 billion. It'll be interesting to see how they get on in this as well. Let's go back to the scores because I'm sure they are changing all the time. USA, 186,569. Pretty odd beasts. Server 1726, 148. And JDW in third just about now because Shield are catching up with 107,000. And I can see that Shield, as I mentioned, server 1706, they are catching up as well, 100,000. Now, we're only, what are we, nearly 20 minutes into the rally, into the Battle of Chalons itself. So these scores can change so quickly, especially when you've got so many big power alliances all playing against each other. This is that. Exactly what's going to happen. Now, just a quick question, because I don't want to interrupt the stream. If there's any issues with the sound, then please do let me know, because there are things I can do in the background to fix it. And I know sometimes with the software I use, it can be a bit choppy, it can go robotic, etc, etc. So if there is any issues, please do let me know straight away. Okay, let's have a look if there's anything else being shared. No, there isn't. This is going to be one of those battles that I can imagine going really quick. We've got 21 people into the stream, so thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. Score details for those that have joined late. You can see this is what we've got going on. And it really is one of those battles where I can see genuinely chopping and changing quite a lot, because one of the big plays that's going to come into this is who's prepared to spend a mountain of healing speed-ups to stay in the game. And USA, they were impressive yesterday, and they're been the same today. They've got a guy, as I mentioned earlier, 7,300% range attack. So you can kind of see what's going on there. We've got Live Stellar POB in first place, 64,000. Zero, I believe that is the person in question. USA, 41,000. Then we have Young Dad SLD, 34,000. ZYZZ, 32,000. Cake Boobs, 29. Wax, 28. Nay, 26. Remember them from yesterday. Rez, 25. Kennyode, 18. Albino, 25. That is the top 10. Sorry, 18. Albino, 25 has 18. That is the top 10. Let's go back to the chat, see what is going on in here. And again, the alliance wars are going so quick that literally I need to be keeping an eye on what and how things are going. Barry King, I'm just going to have a look at that. Level 41. That's insane stats. I need to speak to this guy and say, how did you get so much debuff? Because that is incredible, that kind of debuff. I'm at 1,300, I think. But I think it was 2,700 we've seen, which is pretty impressive. It really is. No rallies going on at the moment. I will keep flicking through the scores because, as I mentioned, they are going to change a lot. And you can actually see now, JDW, the ones that I am the spectator of, are already catching up POB, 153,000. So there's definitely a lot going on in this particular battle. Just going to jump back into the scores and just see 212,000. So I can really see all three of them alliances having something going on quite big, especially if there's going to be a lot of heal speed ups used as well. Do give a shout out in the chat, let me know who's watching. Let's continue looking at this. We've got a battle report. Defense is 1, Cake Boob, and this is from the 85.1 billion superpower that is Life Stellar, and they are going against 31 billion Cake Boobs. So we can imagine that that was a pretty decent battle there, although Cake Boobs did okay in the defense. Let's have a look at the attacks. It's that 6130 again, and the debuff 2,700% again. Incredible. So I can see straight away this is definitely one of those, the immovable object against the irresistible force that is JDW versus USA. Has that done much to the scores? It has a little bit, because now USA, America 234,000, JDW comfortably pulling away in second. I say comfortably, a little bit. 174,000. Third place, Pretty Odd Beast, 162, still very much in it. And Shield, we can't even write them off on 119,000 because they could be playing the late game. What I will do now is jump into the Battlefield map and see exactly what and how we've got in terms of people turning up. USA have had 20, but that was yesterday's numbers. I think that's how many are in their alliance. JDW got 15. Not sure if there's more to turn up. POB 20. SLD 19. We've got 19 people in the chat. Welcome. Give a shout out. Let me know who's watching. And let's go back to the chat. They're strong. They absolutely are. Is this a different one? 38. Oh, this is a 38.6 billion USA facing 6.5 billion. That's a really good. Oh, okay, 6.5 billion. That's quite a lot, isn't it, in terms of lost power? So let's go and have a look at the troop attack on that. And this is the troop attack. You can see 7,120% ranged attack, 2,271% debuff. That is what we're kind of playing around with today. So that is crazy. If there's anyone out there that is watching other streams or is able to keep up to date with other scores, then also do let us know in the chat as well. Just going to double check. There are a few things that are okay. Yes, they are. What I am going to do now is just quickly go for a drink, and I will be back in literally 1 minute.
You gonna go for a drink?
Okay, I am back. I've had a drink of water. I'm all refreshed. 19 people in the chat. That is very, very good. We got Dick Oliver has already posted his ID in the chat. So that is really, really good. Let's go back to the game and see what's going on. One of the questions I can see there is that JDW out of ports. You are right. They are. 40 have been used up already, and USA look like they're doing the same thing. SLD, POB, not sure how that's going to play out. Let's go to the actual scores, give that a quick shout out. First place, USA America, server 1776, 280,000. We have JDW in second place, server 1747, 205,000. Pretty Odd Beast, server 1726, 182,000. And in fourth place, server 1706, 140,000. Lifestella from POB is pulling away in first place with 83,000 for the individual scores. RML Ventures, I've got that, I will do that. USA second place, 59,000. I can also see Albino 25, 50,000. Just noticed Laura 299. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That goes to supporting the channel as well as my website, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. Fourth place, Kate. No, fourth. I did fourth. Fifth place, Kate Boobs, 47,000 in fifth place. Kenny O, JDW, sixth place, 40,000. Nave, 38,000 in seventh. Young Dad, 38 in eighth. Res for USA, 35,000 in ninth. Wax is 10. I will go through the other scores in a little while. What I am going to do is jump into this, and that is how quick these are going, because that was only 13 seconds ago and it's already gone. It's probably a failed rally in terms of somebody probably moving or reinforcements. We can have a look at Cake Boobs. Let's have a look at the detail on there. 28.6 billion. They are still strong and very much in this. Barry King, who had some impressive defense earlier, 3.6 billion. There's quite a few actually with the impressive defense. Let's jump into the chat and see if we've got any more reports that we can have a look at. And I believe I'm caught up in all the defenses. It'd be nice to see an attack actually, so hopefully we can see one of those reports in a little while as well. That would be good. And it's one of those as well that I'm going to keep jumping into the scores, because I can imagine that this can be changing quite a lot as we continue. Just waiting for the sound of the motorbike to go past. And there it goes. And we're all good. And we're back. Okay. So, yeah, that's... let's have a actually quick glance. I'm just going to go down really quickly for the other scores that you can see, so you can have a check on who's doing what. I mentioned Barry King. They're in 12th place with 18,000. We've got a few of the others from USA that are in there as well. And Shield, 145,000. Are they trying to play a catch-up? I'm not really sure. 296,000 from USA is very impressive. It looks like they are doing what is expected with the kind of buffs they've got in attack. And also, when I did jump into them yesterday and I had a look at what was going on, they've got a few 45s, a few 44s. They are a very, very strong alliance. Apologies if I'm skipping really, really quick down this. It's because this one is definitely more action than yesterday. So I'm kind of aware that I need to jump back into the scores and the chat and the rallies. 74 people out of a possible 100 have turned up. Just making sure that there's no other reports that have gone, and no, there isn't, and there's no rallies set. Let's go back to this. It was mentioned in the comments earlier that JDW have no ports, and that is absolutely the case. Just going to jump around, seeing if I can see anyone else at the different hospitals. I can see there's a USA there. What's this? There's a few scattered here with USA. This is possibly where they are all gathered up when Evony catches up, and we can see Zero is the person that is doing all the damage, and their detail, they are a 48.3 billion superpower. Lots of different things going on there down at the bottom. You can see the kind of Ares daggers and all this kind of stuff going on. So they are very impressive, and that is why they are in first place. They have a very, very strong team. And I mentioned earlier about the fact that they've got a few 45s, a few 44s, and you can see them all scattered around here. That's exactly what they have. And jumping back into the score, I'm first of all going to go back to the JDW part where they are all watching. Sorry, where they're all playing. I was sort of reading the streams and watching the streams and then flicking between different screens. I haven't mastered it yet. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Score detail. Are we... Well, USA, America, they're now nearly 100,000 ahead. I hope that hasn't ended the battle before we've even started, but it certainly could play a big part. It's going to be tough for JDW, POB possibly. I think SLD are probably out of this at this stage, but it's going to be difficult to play with USA. They are very, very strong as an alliance. We've got lots of things going on in the background, so I'm going to go... No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back to the chats. Cake Boobs has started an alliance war. That one has ended already. And we will continue. 23 people watching. Thank you very much. If you are watching, could you do me the biggest favor and just click that like button? It helps people know that this stream is going on when there is more interaction. So if you're able to do that for me, it would be absolutely amazing, and I really want to thank you in advance if you do. Have we got anything else going on? No, that one was the one that we saw already. That's gone. Have the... No, teleports haven't refreshed again yet. So JDW are potentially sitting ducks, to be honest, for rallies, if that is going to go that route. Now I'm just going to click on the score details. 250,000 JDW. They've pulled it back to 75,000. Is this going to be a battle? Can USA be stopped in this? I'm not sure. But I'll tell you something, JDW are going to give it a go. And I want to thank Jep for the recommendation for JDW, because they are certainly fighters and are taking on the big boys in USA. POB, can we write them off? 208,000? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we can write them off. They look like they are still hanging around. And SLD... even with 160,000 is still impressive. And again, let's just have a look. We only just passed the 30-minute mark in the stream. So there is still very much a lot to play for. Just going to go back to the battlefield map. I don't know why I'm all the way down there. Must have clicked a random button. Let's keep looking at this. Let's have a look at Cake. They are 25.8 billion. That is perfectly fine at the moment. Score details. They are actually trying to play a little comeback. I'm interested to see if they can continue doing this and make a real battle of this, because it's just... I love an underdog. That's what it is. I just love an underdog. And USA are like the Real Madrid of football. They just seem to have all the best players, all the biggest players, all the strongest players. And I am Team JDW, even a little bit POB in the background, and hoping that JDW can really make a fight of this and make it difficult for USA. If there's anyone watching, it would be great if you gave a shout out. I want to know who's watching. I want to know what your size is. I want to know what kind of keep you are, and also what server you're from. Give a shout out to your server in the chat. Let's have a look at the chat over here and see if there's anything that has changed. So I'm just going to continue all the way down. Make sure there's a few alliance wars that were started. We've been a while since we've had a battle report of any sort shared. Don't believe we've seen an attack one, but we've certainly seen a couple of defense ones, so that's really good. Also, I'm a little bit skeptical in terms of the stream and what I'm being updated with. So if there is any issues in the background that I'm not aware of and I'm unable to see or hear, I do apologise in advance for that. So let's continue back to the score detail. 338 plays 265. What's that? 73,000. POB 223. They're 40 odd thousand behind JDW, and then we've got Shield on 164 in last position. Let's have a look at the individual scores. Live Stella 104,000 POB. USA 0 74,000. Cake is JDW 69,000. We've got ZYZZ 64,000. Albino 25 in 5th place 61,000. Young Dad 46,000. Rez 46. Kenyo 45. Nay 42. And in 10th place we've got Wax on 32. 1895 played POB. Let me just pull that in round one. They're very strong, aren't they, POB? And I mean, they are strong, but obviously in this particular battle are sort of playing third place, playing for third and not finishing in last place. But let's be honest, it's a final. If you finish fourth, you've still done absolutely amazing in this particular round. So let's continue having a look at the chat. I'm really interested to see if there is anything going on, and not at the moment. I'm going to try and catch a rally, so do bear with me while I wait for a rally to jump up, and let's see if we can jump into one and see if we can catch the power drop. Obviously, unfortunately, I can't see who joins it and all that kind of stuff. I can't see that, but what I can do is go straight to the target and see if they can actually catch someone. So let's hold off on the scores for a little while I do that. Evony Nerd, thank you, appreciate that. What castle? What keep are you? Sorry, couldn't get my words out there. What keep are you, Evony? And Jack, can you tell me yours as well? 1895, but what kind of power are you? I don't know what server we're on now in terms of new servers. I was saying this yesterday. I'm from server 1429. I've always been slightly interested in should I restart an account, but Evony's one of those. I feel that you sort of stick with your old accounts. There's a few of these games you can go on and you say, no, I'm going to start again. No, I know what I'm doing. Evony, I don't know. I did start a few times when I was just trying to learn the game, but yeah, I've been with 1429 for a while. 3.5 billion K39. That's bigger than me. I'm 2.8 billion K39. Although I am a trap keeper, and I was looking at this yesterday, and I definitely am a trap keeper because I've only got layers all the way down. I haven't really got much in terms of higher tier troops, but it's something I'm considering. I'm definitely considering, can I go to that next stage? But in order to do that, I'd probably need to spend a little, and I'd also need to be lucky with the Sulis Wish Pool. 1942, 6.4 billion, K41 for 341 Grim Reaper. That's pretty impressive, 6.4 billion. What are the new servers like? I did jump onto one. I think it was in server 1700s. Just going to throw the score details up. USA are now over 100,000 ahead. But yeah, I did jump into one, and it was all quite different. There was different mini games. There was different generals. They had different things that were just slightly different in how they worked to what it works in 1429. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I didn't really progress with it, but that is something that I did notice when trying to start again. Shout out these scores. I'm then going to go and grab a quick drink of water. USA 399,000. We've got JDW 289,000. We've got POB on 238,000, and then Shield on 193. I am going to go and grab a drink. I will leave the scores up, and I will be back very, very soon. Okay, we are back. Well, should I say I am back after my quick drink of water, and the scores are starting to pull away again. There's going to be some hard work needed by JDW because USA, America, server 1776, they're now on 420,000. JDW, the Continental, server 1747, 312,000. That is who I am the spectator of. POB, Pretty Odd Beasts, server 1726, 245,000. And in fourth place, we've got server 1706 on 196,000. I will jump into the JW chat in a moment, but let's just shout out the individual scores. POB, Live Stella in first place, 114,000. USA 0, 98,000. JDW, Cake, 81,000. JDW, Albino 25, 67. SLD, ZYZZ, 66,000. SLD, Young Dad, 61. USA, Res, 58. JDW, Kenio, 50. 9th is USA, Nay, 46. JDW in 10th, Trish, 44. And what I will do now is just go slowly down in terms of the other scores so that you can see if there's anyone you are particularly looking after or looking for, should I say. And also what I would say is do consider dropping your ID into the chat so that I can throw that over to Evony. The rewards are nothing spectacular, but they're all free, and I can do that just by dropping your ID into Evony, who will then send them rewards to you. Let's continue all the way down, and then I'll also have a look not only at the chat, but I'll also see who has turned up. I'd imagine these ones further down are probably the smaller keeps that are not taking part anymore. They've probably finished with their hills and things like that. Still only 74 have turned up. In the battlefield map we can see that POB, SLD, USA all have 20. JDW have 15. So I'm not sure if there is a few more to be coming back from that. We've got 20 people in the chat. Really appreciate that. And if you could hit that like button so that I can get some decent workings with the algorithms of YouTube in the background, that would be amazing as well. And now let's go and jump into the chat. Is this one going on? No, it isn't. Let's see if we've got any reports going on, which I'm going to do very, very quickly. And there hasn't been a report actually shared for quite a while. So it was good that we got those at the beginning, but we haven't had one for a while. So if anyone is listening to this stream and can tell JDW in some way, shape or form to get some reports shared, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Especially some attacks. We haven't really seen any attack reports yet. So that would be good. What are we doing? I've lost the chat. 1 second. Might have to do a little quick refresh. Just going to put myself on mute for 30 seconds just while I deal with the mobile phone in the background. Okay, I am back. I just lost the chat for a second there, so I was just making sure I was able to keep up with that. The scores, the USA are really pulling away now, aren't they? They're 478,000. They're now 148,000 clear of JDW in second place. Pretty Odd Beast, POB, server 1726, 280,000. They are in third. And SLD Shield server 1706201, and we just know the power of USA is just too strong in this Evony battle. I'm just going to see if there's anything else we can see in there. No, there isn't. Just going to pop around the map and have a look at all the different ones here. I think we've seen POB and JDW. We've got a little battle going on. No, not JDW, sorry. POB and USA. They are very close to each other. So, very interesting to see what's going on there. There's Life Stella. This is the person that is in first place with the individual scores. They currently have a Castle 45, which is, of course, but in terms of the score, they've got 126,000. Although USA 0 is also playing catch-up for that as well. Just having a look at USA here, that we can see there's a few burning castles that we can also see. Let's go back to the score detail. Yeah, 170,000 clear now. USA are definitely starting to run away with it. I was keeping my fingers crossed that maybe in the background JDW, with the way they had started to claw that score back, that they could potentially make this an interesting battle. But again, like yesterday's semi-final, the strength of USA is just too big. POB 290,000. They might make a late dash for second place, and that could be the next battle of interest, is second versus third. And SLD probably too far back now to be making too much of a dent in the score. We've got 22 people in the chat. Welcome. Empire Build Academy, I'm Fabian, and if you've not seen my channel before, I do all mobile streams and all mobile videos in terms of strategy war games like Kings of Glory, Evony, Age of Empires, which is a new one I've just started recently, and I do all kinds of videos around that. So do go and check them out if that is your kind of thing. Let's continue having a look. So let's go back to JDW in the middle. You can see Barry King has switched over. How much power does he have? 2.6 billion. Cake, what kind of power do they have? They have 23 billion. And it looks like this is going to be one of those. Trish, she was in the scores that I remember from earlier. 4.8 billion. Let's have a look at what's going on here. This is what I was saying to myself earlier. I was saying I was going to stick around with chats just to see if we can see a little rally going on and if there's any power drops. So that's exactly what I'm going to do very quickly. Is anyone keeping an eye on any of the other streams that are going on? And what kind of battles are going on over there? 24 in the stream that I can see watching. Give a thumbs up if you are watching the whole stream in the chat. That would be great. Okay, I'm keeping an eye in the hope that someone is going to set a rally and I can chase it down. Although I know I need to be really, really quick because these go very, very quick indeed. So this is the Sicario one. And Sicario, I don't know if they've moved, but they are 6.5 billion. I think they did. I'm sure they were here. Although, looks like, let's have a look at what's going on there with Seth. It looks like they're zeroed. 6.5 billion, still playing 6.5 billion. Solo him with ground. I think that was for Senio, I believe it was. No, sorry, Seth. Seth it was. Okay. So we've got nothing going on there. We've got Nay, level 45. This is just showing you what USA are. Nay was, yesterday I think, was top 10. They're top 10 today, but not really challenging the big scores. And they're a 10 billion K45. So it just shows you how difficult this really is for the others. Let's go back to the battlefield map. No one else has turned up. It's exactly the same as it was before. 20-20-20 for USA, POB, SLD, JDW on 15, although they are out of teleports. So when I click onto them on the map and I go over here, if there is anyone that isn't zeroed, they are the potential for a rally attack because they won't be able to move. What's this one? It's an alliance war. I'm not going to get there in time. They're just too quick for me. Res. Detail. I hate it when he does that. Res. Detail. Quick. 16.5 billion they're going after. Let's keep an eye on this and see if they do manage to do anything against this. I'm not sure. Sometimes there is a lag with me on the PC and what is actually going on. Is this, and that alliance war has ended. So I'm assuming that the rally was cancelled. I've got that. You may have noticed in the chat someone has just dropped in their ID, Evony ID. That is because I will pass these on to Evony to give some rewards for watching the final. I think it's about 50k gems, something like that. A few other little rewards in there as well. Kate Boobs has started one against Butcher Cassidy. That alliance war has already ended. Score detail. Is there anything changing? Not really. USA are nearly 200,000 ahead. I did say second and third could become an interesting battle, and that's exactly what looks like is happening. POB, JDW are battling out for second and third as we speak, although this can change. We know it can. Again, drop your ID into the comments if you're watching, your Evony ID, and I will throw that over at Evony. I can see that I've got 8 likes on this video, so big thank you for that. That really does help me and the algorithms for my channel, so thank you. Let's continue. Battlefield map, we just checked that. There are a couple of ports now for JDW to use. Let's go to the score detail. So 200k ahead now, it's official. They are 200k ahead. JDW doing very well in second place. Grim Reaper, I've got that. POB, server 1726, 316,000. Shield, server 1706, 215,000. And the top 10, Lifestella, Zero, Cake, Albino, Res, Ziz, Nay, Young Dad. I said about Nay. They're in 7th place, 68,000. They are a K45 10 bill account. Young Dad in 8th, Kenyo 9th, Wax in 10th. I will slowly go down the other scores so that I can see, so that you can see anyone you may be keeping an eye out for. So slowly I will go down this, and hopefully whoever you are following, if you are, they're doing really well. We've seen Seth earlier, they're on 9,032. Give a few shout outs to the people that are lower down. We've got Burglar USA, we've got Poseidon, POB, we've got, who else have we got? Let's shout one from Apparella from SLD, Papa Pog, POB. I'm giving a few shout outs here. Nakshak JDW, Bacon JDW, Legoland, been there for SLD, Dreamfire, Eadwig. We love some of the names that are on here. We don't know what the meaning is behind many of them, but hopefully there is a story behind some of them. Dr. Coppertop, Nyash Kitty, let's continue shouting down. Rusty W, Abraham, Bright Rake, and in a very respectable 75th place with 56 points is Lil Mojo. Okay, so that is currently the scores. Let's go to the battlefield map, and it's going to be that time where I'm going to go and grab myself a drink of water. So I will leave this on here. I will leave the score detail on here, and I will be back in 30 seconds. Okay, I am back. The scores have not really changed much. There is a battle going on for second and third that I did mention. Just going to jump over to that now so we can see USA 568,000, JDW 71747 357,000, Pretty RB 71726 332,000, Shield 71706, very respectable fourth place 217,000. I can also see there are a few IDs in the chat, and there are a few from different people. There's one from Night Nitty, there's one from Night Nitty the second, Night Nitty the third, and Night Nitty the fourth, who are all very much different people. So I will definitely share those to Evony, wink wink. And let's have a look at the scores. Coop City, I've got you. Uzi, I've got you. I will send them across. I feel like this is my sixth stream now, and it's so much better than my first. I'm getting this little taste of how and what I should be doing. I've got the stream much better than my first attempt, and if you did join me with my first attempt, you will know that that is the case as well. Let's shoot down some of these scores. I'm not going to shout out anymore. I'm just going to literally zoom down quickly, and then I'm going to jump into the chats for JDW, see if we've got anything interesting going on there. I'd love to say that there's going to be some kind of comeback, but there is a battle for second and third. Look at the battle now. 364,000 plays 364,000. It is literally on for second and third. Let's go into the chat, see if we've got anything going on. Have we got any reports being shared? No, we haven't. But what we do know is these are now battling. POB, catch our score. Yes, they have. I noticed there was something else happened. I'm just going to make sure. Okay. So this is going to become a much better than the first. This is Forest. I've got that. No problem at all. I'm interested to see how Cake is doing on it. Are they going to get any more attacks? 23.3 billion. And I'm assuming is one of the big players over there for doing this. Got 11 likes on the stream now, which is not bad at all. I got 19 yesterday, so it's going to be a tough go to try and beat yesterday's 19 likes. 13, wow, there's an extra 2. So yeah, 19 yesterday. It's going to be tough to try and beat that, but 13, I'm playing catch up as well myself to try and beat my previous record. So that is for that. Let's have a look with Cake Boob, another Alliance War. It's for a USA member. It's go over here. We can see that there's some reinforcements going there. I'm not going to get there in time. 6.8 billion. 6.8 billion. I had to be so that, and also I hate it when you're clicking on these different. It's a 0 because there's flames. I can see flames. 6.8 billion plays to 2.4 billion. So hopefully that's going to be a nice little rally to help with the scores. But it hasn't actually. It's gone the other way. JDW on 378,000. POB on 398. This is the battle that we're looking for. Second versus third. And now JDW are 20,000 behind POB. Can they pull this back and catch up, should I say, POB? Let's have a look in the Battlefield chats. Got nothing going on. We need a few good defences, I think, and a few decent attacks. There's another one going on against Res. Let's jump across to Res. There are 13.4 billion. I've seen it. And am I going to get on there in time? 12.4 billion. So it looks like a 1 billion drop in that. Doesn't look like I've got to play any catch up in relation to this. Oh, the emergency. Yeah, do you know what? I genuinely didn't get one. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Don't worry, people. If you can hear that in the background, it's a emergency alarm from the UK government to test out our warning system. So if there's any major alerts that need to be shared, they just want to make sure that they come through very quickly, very loud, and they do. So that was what that was. And trust me, there is going to be a lot of people in the UK that haven't got a clue this is going on and suddenly jumping out their skin. They literally do try to warn everyone it's going on. Yeah, there you go. Laura is frightened, frightened the life out of her. Yeah, there's definitely going to be, and it's to every single mobile phone that exists. They just literally send it out to the whole of the UK. There was a warning on BBC News. Thought it was Battle of Chalons. We do get some lovely red screens on Battle of Chalons. That's what. Well, I say red screens. Red screens on all the different events that we do when you are being attacked, and yeah, that can be very frightening. There's some games where it's more frightening than others, but I have been scared in the past by those things, especially if it's one with vibration and colours as well. So let's go. Yeah, Sky News warned us at the same time. Okay, let's go back to the scores. Let's have a look. 384. I'm not gonna shout out USA score every. There's my one. Not quite sure why mine came through so late. Just to say, it says severe alert. This is a test of emergency alerts, a UK government service that will warn you if there's a life-threatening emergency nearby. You do not need to take any action. In a real emergency, follow the instructions, blah, 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 blah. So it's a nice, decent thing that the UK are doing. But like I say, I'm just, hoping that no one got too scared from seeing that come through. Okay. Scores. So as I said, USA, as much as I'd like to keep championing their score with 680,000, we know they're pulling away now. They are officially 300k ahead of JDW. POB are now 22,000 ahead of JDW as well. So now JDW are in third, and Shield is in fourth with 249,000. What I will say about the emergency alarm that we just had, you'd have thought everyone would have received it at the same time, but maybe that's down to reception and things like that. Maybe that's the reason. I'm not sure. Sent to apparently, just heard in the background from my daughter, sent to everyone with 4G and 5G, and that could be a reason why some people received it earlier than others. Okay, let's have a shakedown of the individual scores. We haven't done that for a while. 27 people in the chat. Just to let you know, I've got a little side mission going on myself. Yesterday I got 19 likes on my semi-final video. Today I've got 13, and we have just under 50 minutes left. So I need to get 7 more likes to beat yesterday's score. Okay, individual scores. USA 0, 170,000 POB. Live Stella 159,000. Cake Boobs. JDW 109. USA Res 101. USA Nay 94. SLD Ziz 88. JDW Albino 2586. SLD Young Dad 65. Kenny O JDW 59. And in 10th place we've got Wax 58,000 from POB. Let's continue down with some of these scores. 17, just 1 second, 17,000 behind JDWR now, so there's going to be a lot of work to catch up that for second place. Barry King, mentioned him earlier. I think he has his own channel, if it's the same one. 19th place. Kill, I'll just give a few shout outs while I'm going down. Shoe Swap, Mighty Mouse. I'm going to try and give ones out that I haven't done to before. Yada Yada. What else have we got? We got RIP. We've got Parella, I called that out before. Stepdad. Hitchan. Dreamfire. We've got Catman Dude, cool name. We've got the King Emp. Who else have we got? Let's show a couple more. Ancestral Dynasty and Bryce Rake. Okay, just going to put myself on mute for 1 second. Just need to sort something out. Okay, I believe there is a sound issue. Really would love to know why it happens. I think it's my software. I think it's XSplit. So I've tried to fix it. So if someone can give me a thumbs up when hearing this, if it's back to normal. It's really frustrating. I'd love to know the reason behind it. It might even have to be one of those where maybe I'm sure I'm 90% sure it's XSplit, which is the software I use, and it might be one of those where I may have to look at an OBS or something different to do these streams. XSplit is really nice and simple. I like the layout and the way it works, but again, if it's going to be repetitive sound issues, then of course I won't be able to do that. So if anyone is listening to this part, Kirsty Wells, thank you. Hopefully that's a thumbs up that the echoey, bouncy type sound is now better. We've got 26 people in the chat. I still only have 13 likes. I'm not going to beat yesterday's. I need another 7. Help me out, people. I need another 7. While I do that, or while you do that, I will go and check the scores. Let's have a look. 20,000 is now in between POB and JDW in the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Shield have done very well. They've made it to the final, so that is always an incredible achievement, and they should be really happy with their score of 253,000 and just being involved in the final. Jack, thank you. That's good to know now. So that's good to know because it means I know how to fix it. What isn't good is I don't know when it starts. So that's my biggest problem. It might be one of those that actually I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know if I'd be able to listen to the stream myself and talk at the same time. I don't think I'd balance that very well. So I just rely on you people. That's what I rely on to tell me that there is an issue with the sound. Okay, let's continue. What I need as well from you people, I don't notice many, but there are a few IDs in the chats, and the IDs can be passed on to Evony to get some rewards. I think it's 50k gems, might be a little bit more. I can't remember 100%, but it's free. Why not? All you need to do is drop your ID into the chat, and I can do that. Okay, let's have a look at the chats in terms of JDW. Let's see if we've got any reports being shared. We are not. I'm not sure if they are going to be continuing to chase 2nd place. Let's continue down. It's back again. Oh no, please, no, no, no. I'm definitely going to have to look at a different streaming option. I'm going to try and fix it right now. Just 1 second. It's very frustrating. It really is. Because like I say, I don't want to not use this. I tried to use OBS software. It's definitely one of those that I'm going to have to do and have a look at. But I didn't get on with it very well. But it might be that that's the one I've got to use. Give me a thumbs up if it's now okay, because basically what I'm doing is deleting the source microphone out and then re-adding it back in. Yeah, that's the answer. So that is how to fix it. But I don't want it starting in the first place. That's the thing. But you know, what can you do? Okay, let's go back to the scores. 2nd versus 3rd is the battle that we are interested in. It's 27,000 that is in between that. I've got 16 likes. Just noticed I've got another 3 likes, and now I only need 4 more to beat yesterday's 19. And then I can say I won in the final as well. Battle of Chalons. Here we go. Scores. USA, it's time for a shout out. I've left it a while. Absolutely smashing it, absolutely cruising, absolutely blown everyone out of the water. I'm sure they've probably zeroed many keeps around the map. 721,000, server 1776. In 2nd place, 433,000, server 1726, pretty odd beasts. In 3rd place with 406,000, and 27 odd thousand away from POB is JDW, and in fourth place, sorry, server 1706, 254,000. How long do we have left on the battle? 46 minutes 16 seconds. Anyone else turned up? SLD had an extra person turned up, but apart from that, no additionals have come to the party. So I'm assuming POB and USA I know are 20 because that's what turned up yesterday. So I'm assuming they are a team, they are an alliance of 20 people, and that's who turns up from that. What are we going to check now? Let's go. We've got a battle report. We've got an attack from a bit albino. Let's have a look at it. So it was a 21 billion attacking a 1.3 billion, and you can see that it was quite a damaging one actually. Didn't do that well at all. The buffs from the 1.3 billion were from Wax actually, who was in the top 10, were very decent. I've got to say those are decent stats for a 1.3 billion. Let's go and have a look actually. Wax is a 42. The detail on there, not much being shared, but you can see that they've probably got some decent attack buffs, defense buffs from the military academy, because that was a very decent one indeed. We've got a share here for POB. I'm just going to jump on it, see if there's anything going on. 881 million, probably not much in there. Jack, I've got that ID as well. I will share that. Still on 16 likes, 23 people in the chat watching. Big shout out to all of you. I really appreciate it. This is very new to me, but it's actually something I enjoy. So that's a good thing, because talking for 2 hours is not the easiest thing, especially when you're kind of talking out loud to yourself. But I always wanted to be a football commentator, so maybe I am now living the dream. Okay, I am going to go for a quick break. I will be back very shortly.
I'm playing.
Okay, I am back, and look at that. The first thing I'm going to shout out is that incredible score there of 17 likes in the chat. I'm only 2 away from beating yesterday, so it's an incredible performance from the Empire Build Academy and the likes they are getting. And if you are listening to this, I'd probably also hit that like button as well. Thank you for that, Jack. I've just been speaking for the last 5 minutes, shouting out some great stuff, really, really good stuff, and I was on the wrong screen. So that is really, really good. Appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. I would have been there for ages thinking I was talking out loud to everyone. One of the things I did say when I first came back onto the stream, now I don't know if you did hear this or you didn't, so apologies if you did. I'm going to say it again. Big shout out for first place in the likes on the channel Empire Build Academy Gaming. They've got 17 likes, which is very close to beating yesterday's score, and that is an incredible performance in the final for them. 16 people in the chat. I'm losing a few people. Where they're going? They're going to check the other scores out. That's what I reckon. So I only need 3 more likes to beat yesterday. Okay, so let's go back to the score. So apologies for the no sound. Some do, Matt, as well. Sorry, you mentioned it as well. And hopefully everything is now all back. Let's go to the scores. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now, and also a thumbs up to say that the sound is okay. There's no roboticness going on. And like I say, in reference to the sound, it was literally, I've got 2 screens, one which is muted, one that where I'm doing the talking, and I very cleverly was on the muted one. So that wasn't very clever. Let's have a look at the scores again. First of all, how long have we got left? 37 minutes. Second versus third. It's now down to 15,000. So Continental JDW 433, Pretty Odd Beasts, Server 1726448. Is there going to be a big battle to the end? And does it actually make you want to grab second place? I genuinely don't know what the difference is in finishing between second and third. So if someone in the comments can hear this, or someone watching this stream knows what the difference is it worth chasing second place? I'm really interested to know that. Is it even worth it? I mean, I know they're obviously still playing along. Same with the individual scores as well. Does finishing in 10th make a massive difference to finishing in 11th? I don't really know what the drop down is. I haven't really looked into it, certainly because we didn't go very far in the tournament ourselves, so I haven't actually seen whether it's worth it or not. Scores wise, I'm just having a look. 14,000. It's definitely getting closer, but we've got to give a shout out. We have to give a shout out to USA Server 1776. They were really impressive yesterday. They had a battle report. I've seen a battle report from them that had a ranged attack of 7,300%. Now, it's the highest I've personally seen. I've not seen anything higher than this. So I always knew when I seen USA were going to be involved in this, that this was going to be a really, really tough battle. But what I'd like to know is, has anyone seen bigger? 7,300% on the attack. Has anyone seen bigger? Okay. Just to give a shout out to Some Doomer as well, just having a little look in the background. And what I can do actually, again, I'm still quite new to this, is I will add those ads when I go on a break. That's what I believe. And then I think I can turn it off for any other ads being added. So do apologise. Still very, very new to this. So 18 likes. I'm only 2 away to beating the record. So that is definitely something I can do for future streams. So Some Do Matt, thank you for highlighting that. And that is something I will definitely do on future streams. Okay. 437 place 453, 16,000. Anything being shared in the chat? We've got a battle report, but that is for a scout. Attacks lost, Kenio. Let's have a look what happened here, Kenio. 27.9 billion. We've got 452 million place, 382 million in lost power. let's have a look at the troop buffs that are going on here. Kenio, they had an attack buff of 4,361, which was very decent. And then we can see Shoe Swap, 2.2 billion, had some decent buffs as well. Certainly not bad at all. So it was a decent attack, decent defense. It was pretty even in my opinion. Just going to have a look at what that says. This on chat, some things are hidden. Personal score for round rewards and cumulative personal score rewards based on the Battle of Chalons final placement. Higher cumulative personal score gets you higher on list for red sub when Battle of Chalons is over. So there's definitely still some things to play for there. So appreciate that, Jack. Thank you for highlighting and letting me know what that was all about. Nothing else going on. So in terms of, let's have a look actually, the individual scores again. Actually, I've just noticed POB are pulling away a little bit from JDW. I'm still hopeful. I'm still holding out hope that JDW will come back and grab second place. I'm team JDW. Interested to know if anyone's watching for the other teams. Is anyone supporting USA, POB, SLD? I will always support the person, the alliance that I am the spectator of. So that is what I'm doing. I'm rooting for JDW to come back in this and grab second place. That's an interesting one. Alliance reward same for 2nd to 5th. So that is interesting in that respect, because it would put me off carrying on, to be honest. If I was comfortably in 3rd, shall we say, I'd be put off. Okay, 22 people in the stream. What else have we got? Trish, I can see that. That's all I can see. Oh, we got one. I'm going there straight away. It's Nay. They're going after Nay. And you can see all the reinforcements as well. 7 billion in terms of the power. And let's have a look after 6.6 billion. So it wasn't that successful unless 5.7 billion. So a little bit more, but it looked like it was a tough score. Let's go to the scores to see if that's made any difference actually. And it's 20,000 in the scores, so not really. USA are 330,000 ahead of second place. That's incredible, isn't it? It really is a one-man show for first place, and it'd be interesting to know actually. USA, they've also got that. It'd be interesting to know. Sorry, just getting my words out. It would be interesting to know if they actually ever do struggle in any kind of battles in terms of server versus server, BOC, BOG. Are they someone that just literally takes a big portion of everything? And I'm from server 1429. We've got a few big people in our alliance, in our server, but they're 15 billion, and that's server 1429 and our biggest. There are some really big, crazy spenders on this game that I just don't get it. I mean, I don't know how much you'd have to spend to be a 0 or a life stellar. What do people reckon? What do you reckon you have to spend to be at their level? So there are 20 people watching in the chat. Do let me know what you think. Let's go back into here. Nothing going on. That was the one I tried to look at. Actually, let's have a look if there's anything else that's changed in their score. Although they may have healed. They have. 8.4 billion straight away. So that is for that. It'd be interesting as well, after this is finished, to go and check out what other people have done in terms of the final. Bit of a catch up on Reddit. Bit of a catch up on other people's streams as well, to see what other battles were going on. 500k. Surely not. Surely not. Please. I can't imagine anyone spending more than 10k, even though I know, of course, They absolutely do. And it's the old clip, you know, again, if you've got the money, then why wouldn't you? If that's your thing, if that's what you want to do, spend within your means, spend within your limits. And if that's the kind of money you've got to throw at a game, then I guess that is up to you. What we got? Let's have a look. Okay, I am going to go for a drink. That is something I'm going to test now with the ad and seeing if this works properly, because I'm still new to this. So you may see an ad. I'll be back in a minute.
It's been about 20 minutes of non-stop clicking.
Okay, I am back. No cough there, should have done that off screen. What am I doing? Let's have a look. I noticed in the chat that we are talking about what kind of money would need to be spent, and Jack obviously said 500k, 1 million US dollars, and I was like, surely not. Grim Reaper said 150 to 200k. 200k will not get you built K45. That is mental. That is really crazy. Not even a grind can get you to, I don't know, where would you get with, let's just say 50k. 50k doesn't get you to K45 if you're smart, do the right things, right tournaments, right packs. Just seems insane to me. 500k in easy, said Vincent. Grim Reaper is agreeing with Jack on the farms only give resources, no speeds, no senate, no seals, duty gens, etc. And then Milady has dropped her ID into the chat. And that is a good point for me to say about you guys. If you haven't dropped in your ID, then please do consider doing that. That would be awesome. Okay, what else have we got? Let's go and have a look at the scores. We've got how long left? 24 minutes of the battle left. It doesn't look like there's too much changing. Just going to jump onto this one as well just to see If nay, I can see there's some reinforcements going in there. 7.5 billion. There's more reinforcements going in. In fact, there's quite a few. So this could be quite damaging from an attack perspective because I am seeing a lot going in there. So they've gone after. Let's have a look. Is it still going on? It is still going on. Oh, okay. It's not a rally. Well, it might be. But no one's joined at this stage. In fact, it can't be a rally, can it? It was a rally. I don't know what that was showing me. 6.9 billion. So there was a little drop, but obviously there was a lot of reinforcements in there as well, which will also go to the points score. Score detail. 33,000 behind now. So it looks like JDW are going to get third place. It looks like USA are... I take a guess. I think USA may win. POB in second, 494. JDW in third, 461. Shield, definitely can't be disappointed. You made it to the final. Server 1706, 271,000. Let's have a look at the scores individually. We can see Zero and Life Stella, 205 place 200. So there's quite a bit of a battle going on there for first place. USA Res in third, 144. JDW Cake 129, USA Nay 127, JDW Albino 108, SLD Ziz 92, POB Sir Updo Wazoo 67, 9th is POB Wax 66, 10th is SLD Young Dad. And what I can also notice is I'm currently on 18 likes and yesterday I got 19. So I need 2 more likes to beat yesterday's target, and then I can put that plaque on the wall. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do consider doing it now. Okay, let's continue shouting a few more scores out. Thor America 50,000. The Shiznit 32,000. Struggled with that one. Barry King 32,700, Kill 30,000, Big Tex 22, I'm Sir 21, Shoe Swoop, Shoe Swap 19,000, Mech Loving 17, Noble Wit 16. Let's go down a few more. Let's have a look. Killua 11, Papa Pog 10, Luke has got 10,000, Stepdad has got 9,800, Yoda 7,500, One Low Sierra 7,200. Let's continue going down. Knack Shack or Snack Shack 5,300. Sir Z 5,000. 19 likes is an equaliser, guys. 19 likes. I only need one more now, and then I beat yesterday's. Hitchan 4,500. Bacon 4,400. Sarface 4,300. Crush, you've got 3,000. The King Emp 2,300. These lower people probably aren't playing too much. They probably came in, got zeroed, and left. And how many people do we have? We have 76 people taking part out of a possible 100, I believe. Bright Rake 213. Let's have a look how many people did turn up for the different alliances. Battlefield map. We can see USA 20. They only had 20 yesterday as well. JDW 15. So they could have had another 10 people turn up. POB 20. SLD 21. Rad, I've got that ID. If you haven't dropped your ID in, please do consider doing it now. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to press buttons just because I can. And I just want to see if it does anything on the live stream. I'm learning all the time. And what would be really good, genuinely, and I'm asking this, 21 likes are beating yesterday's. There you go. I can walk away happy. So I've just noticed there's an ad popped up there and I didn't do that. So that is something I still need to work on. So I am genuinely intrigued. I'm genuinely intrigued what people are thinking of the stream. I'm new to this. I'm 47. I've decided to do this really late in life in terms of streaming the games that I love, which are mobile strategy. But what's the feedback? I've got 30 people watching. Is there anything that you've changed? Is there, I know someone mentioned about the ads and how to do that, and that's something I'm going to look at. How would you rate the sound qualities? I know there is a couple of issues with it bouncing, and that may be looking at a different piece of software, which I will absolutely do. And what about the tone that I'm using? I mean, you know, again, give me that feedback. I even if it's constructive, even if you just genuinely don't like it, all the feedback is only going to help me improve for future streams. And I'm thinking, I'm toying with the idea that I might do a few of the BOCs from our alliance on our server, where I can obviously share some of those battle reports and things as well. But it's only an idea that I'm flirting with. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what I'm going to do. So let's go back to the scores. Let's have a look at any late adjustments. USA 856. POB seems to be getting a lot of points all of a sudden. 512. 467 is for JDW, which is the people that I'm streaming to. Good consistent commentary. Evony needs to provide you more information. Do you know what? I'd love that. I would love if they could find some way of putting me as a spectator, but I've got access to more things. Maybe a side way of seeing different issues. Different attacks, different battle reports, all those kind of things. That would be awesome. What we got there? Grim Reaper, you're doing awesome. Thank you, appreciate that. And a thumbs up from RML Ventures. So again, thank you for that as well. We are looking like with 17 minutes to go. We've got a battle report. I was hoping it was a decent one. I'm here for it all. Lives and vids, and occasionally pop onto your website. 2, if I need to reference things being lovely. Sorry, it was difficult for me to read because I'm looking on this on a different thing, but there's a heart icon over the top. So that's something I'm doing. Yeah, the Learn Evony in Minutes, actually. I'll just give a quick shout out to that. That is something I'm doing. So I'm doing the Learn Evony in Minutes series. It's a new idea that I've come up with, where I'm going to try and do bite-size, simple, understanding videos, everything Evony. And then I'm going to do that for other strategy games as well. So if there's any other strategy games out there. And the idea is, I'm just going to literally take out all the fluff and just give you the information you need in a 5-minute video or less. Now, there are going to be some videos I can't do that with. For an example, trying to think of the word, can't think of the word, it's just gone completely out. Blazons. It had gone out of my head for 1 second. Blazons may be a video that needs more than 5 minutes for an explanation. But the idea is I'm going to go and jump into these videos. I'm going to make them as short as possible, but still give you the information I need. So do have a checkout on them as well. Okay, you don't have Cav, yes or no range. Just having a look if there's any other reports here. There isn't. Okay, let's go to the battlefield map. No one else has turned up late. No, they haven't. And it is as you were. Score details. It's not changing, is it? 868. I'm just wondering how big the score gap is going to be between USA and POB. I'm really intrigued because 351,000 is currently the difference between first and second, and that to me is insane. And again, I'm going to ask because there may be some new people in the chat. Yesterday I seen a ranged attack of 7,300% from USA. It's the biggest I've seen. Has anyone seen bigger than 7,300% ranged attack? And that is from 0 in USA. ID Lado B Producciones. I think that's Productions in probably Spanish. I've got someone laughing in the background. Was that right? Producciones. Is that Spanish? Okay, I was just asking my very good speaking Spanish daughter. I'm sure it is. 1263399125. If you're wondering why that's been put in there, that is because I can share these IDs with Evony, and then they will pass on some rewards. The rewards aren't amazing, I'll be honest, but they're free. So if you'd like me to do that for you, then you just need to drop in your ID and I can then do that for you. How long we got left? 14 minutes left of the battle. I don't think anyone will be challenging anyone different now, so I'm pretty confident, unless there's some crazy charge from JDW, that in first place it's going to be USA 879,000. The question is, how big is that gap going to be? POB in second, Pretty Odd Beast from server 1726, 519,000. JDW 480,000. That is who I am the spectator of. Server 1747 and Shield server 1706, 297. Probably feeling disappointed that they're finishing in fourth, but I wouldn't be. You made it to the final, and in my opinion, that's an achievement in itself, is getting to the final. Individual scores: USA, I was talking about 0, 217,000. Life Stellar 214,000. Res 146. Cake 134. Nay 132. Albino 120. Ziz 108. Sir Updawazu 69. Probably my favourite name of the day. Young Dad 67. Wax in 10th 66. There's a lot of people on 69 and 63 in between that, so there may be some little late charges for the personal scores and where people are going to finish. But in terms of JDW and POB, there isn't really going to be much change, I don't think, with the scores. 37 now. Quick maths. Arginus, I've got that. I need to go and get a drink, as much as I don't want to. My throat is very, very sore. I've been talking for 2 hours. I will be back in a minute. Okay, I am back, although my voice is not in a good way. I'll be honest, I've been coughing a lot. So it's getting to the stage where I know I've been talking too long. That's it. But, you know, it's one of those that comes with the job, comes with the territory. And there may be occasions where I do go a little bit hoarse with the throat, because it's caught up with me. It's caught up with me, that's for sure. Let's have a look. We've got Kenny O, sorry I am late. I can see that in the comments. Let's go and have a look at what that's all about. Level 45, Kenny O. I need to check this out. And there must have been on about... Yeah, because Kenny O's been involved. Must have been late in terms of joining a rally. Let's go to the score details. And let's go and look for Kenny, because I know there's Kenny O, 67,000 in 11th place. Okay, we've got 18 people watching in the stream. So a big shout out to you guys for sticking with me all the way through. Haven't had too much interruption, although we did have a little bit of difficulty at the beginning because for whatever reason Evony didn't put me as spectator from the start, but we weren't too long before I was able to get back in there. So just want to say thank you to all of the people that have genuinely stuck with me in the stream. It really does mean a lot. There's 18 people in the chats. If you haven't dropped your ID in, like Lado has, like Arginus has, like Grim Reaper and people that have gone up shouting up, whack your ID into the chat. I will then share this with Evony. Evony will then pass on some rewards to you. So it's absolutely free. You can certainly do that. So I'm not sure now where we go after this. I think there won't be anything streaming for quite a while. I'm not sure. I did the All-Star Battlefield, which was my first attempt at streaming, and it was okay. Wasn't brilliant. There was definitely some things I've learned, and there's definitely some things I've learned from doing the semi-finals and final this weekend as well that I can take into the next stream. So that is all good. Scores: USA 899,000. The question was at the beginning, could they make it to the million, which would have just been absolutely insane. 7 minutes to go, very unlikely indeed. Cake, that is an old one, don't need to jump into that. Just going to have a look actually if there's any battle reports, recent battle reports. I don't think there is. Okay, and then let's continue. So in second place, POB, Pretty Odd Beast, server 1726, 539,000, and JDW in third, the Continental, server 1747, 493,000. Shield in fourth, got to the final. That's what you've got to take from this particular tournament. Server 1706, 339,000, which, to be honest, is still a very decent score. It's just that it's always about your opponent and how strong the opponent is, and USA, without a doubt, were the strongest. Individual scores, I'm just going to go down slowly. I'm not going to shout out too many. I'll try and save the voice so that I can definitely shout out the scores at the end. So I will move slowly down these. And as we come towards the end here, I think it was 76 the last count for people that had turned up to this battle, and that is still the case. 76 people out of possible 100 have turned up, and USA, they're a team of 20. POB probably likewise as well. Not sure with JDW. 15 seems quite small in terms of an alliance, but maybe that is how many people they've got. Rowan, appreciate that. Got your ID, and thanks for the feedback. Great stream. That is exactly what I want to hear. SLD, they've got 21 people, so not a bad turnout. We've got a battle report. Yes, Kenny O. Kenny O has shared a battle report. This is Life Stellar 31 billion versus Kenny O 26 billion, and you can see it was a pretty tough battle, which is expected when you've got powers like that. And you can see from a buff perspective, this is what we've got. we've got what we got there. 5,383 siege from Live Stellar, but 1,962% in the debuff from Kenio. So that was very, very decent indeed. Two very big keeps. And I'll be honest with you, I will never be 4 billion. That's where I think my limit will be on Evony. I don't think I will ever get more than 4 billion. Not unless something drastically changed in my financial situation. But even then, I'd probably find better things to spend my money on. Just being honest. Okay. What have we got left? We've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds. It's nearly coming to an end. My voice is saying thank you so much for that, because it is definitely feeling it at the moment. Cake, I can see a alliance war against Live Stellar. This is probably where people are just having a bit of fun now, right at the end. Let me go to Live Stellar. I'm trying to go there quickly. Detail, 24.8 billion. This is not going to do anything, is it? 24.8 billion is now 23.7. It took 1.1 billion off. But obviously there is also the potential for some reinforcements there as well. Be interesting to see that report if they decide to share it, which they do. No, they don't. This is a different report. Getting all the reports now. We won't be able to keep up with this. So this is always nice when you get to see some smaller keeps having a little battle themselves, and that's exactly what's happened here between Lil Mojo and Bacon. And you can see the different buff stats that they have there. So very well played to them. There was more, I believe. We had, so that was the attack. Then we had defenses 1. What was this? This was 0 in a little battle with Kenio. And this is, I'm sure this is the guy with the insane attack range. Maybe it was someone different. I'm not 100% sure now. But the ranged attack on this one was 6179. The debuff was 2271. What else? That was the one I just looked at, wasn't it? Sorry, just trying to catch up. Yeah, almost 0. What else have we got? We've got defenses 1. Again, this is your opportunity. If you haven't dropped in your ID, please do that now. We've only got 2 minutes left of the stream. I won't be staying much longer than that. Shout out the scores and that'll be pretty much the stream ended. So if you do want to throw in your ID, then now is the time to do that. And just going to go down. This is another one. Did a look at this. Looks like Evony is playing silly because it doesn't want to show me things anymore. Defenses 1 from... Oh, why are you not showing me? Looks like I've got a little crash going on here. Let's come off that. Defenses 1. This one here. 23.7 billion playing 14.22 billion. Not a lot happened in that. That might have just been some kind of testing going on. I'm not sure. Because there was nothing happened in that. So we are genuinely getting down now anyway to the end. 51 seconds to go. Let's chase out the last scores. For the final time, USA, America, 935,000. So close to the million. Server 1776. Then we had POB on 580,000. Server 1726. Then we had JDW, the Continental, which was the alliance that I was the spectator for, with 534,000 from server 1747, and Shield server 1706, 349,000 in 4th place. Live Stellar 264,000 is going to finish with the 1st place. Awards 0 in 2nd. USA 251. Res makes the top 3, and that is the end for Battle of Chalons, the final. So it was a very interesting battle. There was hope in the first hour that maybe the underdogs could challenge USA, but in the end USA showed that their strength, their group of 20 very, very strong castles, certainly as well for a new server, 1776, fairly new. I think we're into the 2000s now. But they are definitely a force to be reckoned with in events, that is for sure. Like I say, POB in second and JDW in third. There was a slight chance, I thought, at the beginning, in the first 30 minutes to an hour, that maybe there could be some kind of challenge, but that has definitely been thrown out of the window. But still a very good performance from them in their challenge for second and third. And like I say, SLD Shield, 350,000. You got to the final. It's not fourth place. It's a tremendous achievement in getting there. So there are 17 people left watching. Just want to say thank you to you all. I did beat my likes with 21, so I can take that away and have that as the new record for any future streams. I really do hope you enjoyed the way I delivered this today, and I look forward to seeing you all in future streams. Thanks for watching.